Welcome to What's Going On with Lady D today. I'm your host, Lady D. Today's special guest is
Don't let anxiety hold your success ransom. One more.
Join us today for another breakthrough conversation. Well, welcome, Mark, to What's Going On with Lady D today. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I am just excellent. And this weather, I'm loving it. It's February. Can somebody please touch me? I mean, really? Is it really?
It's like 60 degrees in Cleveland,
Okay,
Ohio right
I
now.
jumped out the car. I was like, let me bring my little jacket in. But I'm like, wait a minute. I don't even need the little jacket. It feels so good.
I know. I took mine off.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, and we're going to
Thank
go
you.
ahead and get started. This is Black History Month.
Yes, it is.
And so it's so important that we have this celebration of Black history. But I feel as though Black history should be celebrated every day,
Yes.
not just 1 month. So I'm going to ask you your opinion. Tell me about Black history. What does it mean to you as a young Black man in America today?
It's a fantastic question, and I don't want to make any enemies by answering it, but I 100% feel like that we shouldn't even have a month. I mean, first of all, and it's not to disrespect any other race, but it's the shortest month of the year. I had a guy tell me that I'm not even going to say where. I was at a community college, and it's not Tri-C, so, it's the most common one. But I was at a community college, and I had a guy tell me that they had an employee there who hated February because it was the coldest, darkest month of the year. And I said, darkest, But it's just the thing of, would it be in the shortest month? And then also, why do we have to have 1 month to be recognized for what we do? So if February is Black History Month, is the other 11 months White History Month, Chinese, Native American History Month? They get the rest of the year. We get 1/12 of the year. So that's the reason why I would say I wish they would just not even worry about what month that we're celebrating. We should learn to just celebrate ourselves amongst each other. What it means to me, though, is just while it's being celebrated and why it exists, though, it just means a time to really sit back and realize how far we've come.
Okay.
Is a big thing to realize where we've come from and how we've done it. And then where we are now. But again, I don't think that we should wait for 1 month out of the year to have to do that.
Yes.
So I'm not trying to make it a huge thing where people hate me like, oh, he's selling out and all of that. That's not what it is,
Well, that's fine. It's important.
Yeah.
And it is important that we discuss our history, where we come from, and where we're going today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's as important. And on that mark of where we're going today, you've been a lot of places, which is awesome. I know that you are a member of our 100 Black Men of Greater Cleveland.
Yes, I am.
Could you give us a little bit info on that organization?
So one of the greatest things about the 100 Black Men that drew me to want to be a part of the organization and want to serve alongside these gentlemen is what they see is what they'll be. That's one of the slogans there.
Okay.
So a lot of people will overlook something like that without realizing how much of today that's actually happening. So when you think about our culture, they say that hip hop is our culture. Why is hip hop Black culture? You know,
Okay.
that's music. But when you think about the hip hop culture and you think about what the typical rapper looks like, this is no disrespect to any rappers or whoever wants to make downside of whatever I'm saying. But if you think about what their image is, and you think about what they say and what they project into the world, then when you see someone who looks like them on the street, then this is what the person who has no experience with someone that looks like us is going to think that they're all about. So it's, and again, I'm not trying to make any enemies or anything like that, but that's what they see is what they'll be in a different angle. So when it comes to 100 Black Men, and this is not just for this podcast or this particular occasion,
Okay.
and I'm wearing a tie, right, and a button-down, shirt,
Right.
and a clean shave and things like that. Well, do we not want to see more men come up that are clean shaven and know how to tie a tie and wear? I have tattoos. And I have body scars and all type of things I've been through life.
Okay.
But why is that something to celebrate in every aspect? Why can't there be a time where you can be professional, you can be clean cut, clean shaven? Why do we always have to be afraid of how someone's going to view us? So we use our image as a shield and as a weapon so that people don't get too close to even know who we really are. So that's why I love the what they see is what they'll be, because we present ourselves, and I'm speaking for the 100 Black Men, we present ourselves in a professional way. And then real men giving real time is another thing that that's a part of our organization, and it's the truth. Whether it be Grady Burrows out at Wade Park Elementary reading with the kids out there, and we have brothers out there doing it, whether it be our walk a mile with a child that we do multiple times throughout the year, or our museum visits, our Cavaliers games that we take the mentees to. It's real men giving real time. And so growing up without a father and without any uncles to touch me and be in my life and ever play catch with me or play basketball with me, no older brother that I had a relationship with to ever be there to teach you how to fight, talk to girls, how to shoot a basketball, how to throw a football, none of that, and I end up where I am today only because of how I was able to challenge and groom my mental. So why should I expect that the youth has to go through what I went through in order to get even half of where I am, or to get all the way to where they want to be? Don't let me be the golden, compass to where you got to be. Go to where you're looking to get to, so.
Right. Well, that is just awesome. So my next question would be for you, what is the message that you would give a young man today?
One of the biggest messages that I would give a young man today is to never focus on the things that you can't change. And I know this sounds like a copy and paste off like the serenity prayer, like, Lord, give me the courage to accept the things that I can't change. And, and you look up the rest if you guys don't know what it is. But when I was 22 years old, I shot myself in the chest, and I ended up being less than an inch away from my heart. I lost over 70% of my body blood.
No.
Every organ in my body shut down, and I was on life support throughout the night. And they told my mother that I wouldn't make it, and if I did, I'd be a very sick man. And so if I could go back and talk to that 22-year-old kid, what I would tell him is that if you focus on the things that won't change, you'll stay in this state. So the things that I were upset about at that moment in time have never changed. It's been 10 years. I'm 32.
Okay.
So all the things I was frustrated about at those moments, and the things that I was lacking in those moments, they're still there. But all the things that I can change is the reason why I am where I am today, and the reason why I'm able to give back the way I'm able to give back and push forward the way I'm able to push forward. And then you have to literally not just accept the things that you can't change, you have to identify with them and be able to love the things that's going to change inevitably. I mean, no 2 days are alike. Today is the 9th, tomorrow's going to be the 10th. and a month is going to be March, and 3 months is going to be summer. Whatever. That's what you need to be okay with that. You don't, a lot of times, and this is no slight to anybody that's going through depression, this is a whole nother subject, and you know, it could go a lot deeper, but you dwell in the things that you want to dwell in.
Okay.
The world is the world, but you have what you want to focus on, and because you focus on it, good or bad, it keeps you in the mood that you're in.
Well, speaking to that note, I would say that all we all have right now is right now. And so you have to have that concept of getting to know and love oneself first. Okay? And not focus on what everyone else may think or feel about you. Because if you are confident in knowing who you are, then everything else doesn't matter. It shouldn't have an effect.
100%.
Okay? So would you say that is something that the 100 Black Men of Greater Cleveland has helped you along with? Have they helped you in any manner with this?
Well, you know, it's funny because I'm there to, so help, give, serve is my big motto.
Okay.
I think when you help, give, serve, that's how you grow.
Okay.
And I love to help, give, and serve. So along that way, though, you know, just witnessing how they mentor and work with other young Black men, or because I didn't have that growing up, I do learn.
Okay,
you know,
so you've got some takeaways.
I
from
do.
that.
I do have some takeaways, absolutely, from just seeing the interactions and just being a part of different things. You know, 100%. There's a lot to be able to learn and take away from the 100 Black Men, and you know, they help the youths with affirmations, and I believe that affirmations are important. As long as you know that you have to believe in them, you know, to wake up and say, I love Mark, and you don't believe that you love Mark, it doesn't help you.
Exactly.
So as long as you believe in what you say, and you should, because if you don't believe what you say, why should anyone else believe you? As long as you believe in what you say, then affirmations are going to do wonders for you. And the 100 Black Man does help the young kings and to help out with their affirmations and getting to love themselves and understand who they are and how powerful they are as well. So
excellent.
So it's a good thing.
So now you have came out with a new book. And this book here is called Challenging Your Perception of Cold Calling. Don't let anxiety hold your success ransom. Let's talk about this new book. Congratulations on it.
Thank you.
Tell us. Give us the tea. Give us a little tea on this book here you done put together.
The tea is hot, so you got to sip it. You can't just drink it.
All right, that.
So I'll give you a sip
Give us a little sip.
So, real quick, the book, the title sums up what I'm trying to do with you. I want to challenge you, and challenging your perception is what my whole entire existence is going to be about. From the time that I realized what my purpose was until the time that the Lord closes my eyes, what I want to do is challenge everyone's perception. How do I come from absolutely nothing to even where I am today with no guidance? Is because I challenged my perception. And so cold calling is just what I happened to be into at the time, where I was realizing a lot of anxiety was holding people's success ransom. And so you've never heard, don't let anxiety hold your success ransom. I'm pretty sure that no one has ever heard that phrase in their lifetime.
Okay.
And that's a very unique phrase, because you don't realize that depending on how you fear or how you allow being nervous or whatever people would attribute anxiety to, will hold you back from doing some of the things that your heart and your soul desires and that God is calling you to do.
Yes, and will attack you because people sense fear just like animals sense fear.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. And you ever want to see the greatest magic trick in the world? Well, face your fear, because it's just an illusion. Once you face it, it disappears.
Yeah.
So the reason I wrote this book is because I've run into a lot of people who cringe as soon as I tell them I'm a salesman. I could never do it. I could never cold call. I could never continuously bug somebody. I'm not going to pester anybody.
Right.
I'm not going to be one of those. I don't take no for an answer answer people. And so through hearing that, and then through getting with the company that I work for, and no slight to them or anything, I just didn't feel like I was being developed to be the salesman that I wanted to be. And they gave me a book, ironically, that was about, hey, if you call X number of people one time a week, you just call this number of people, and it wasn't a huge number.
Okay.
I guarantee you'll get this number of meetings, which was a decent number for that number of people.
Okay.
And just as long as you call them at this time. There was a super mathematical scientific formula to this craziness.
Okay.
And I just don't think that makes any sense. That doesn't make any sense in life, because you can't predict that type of thing. So this book is not about telling you what to say when you have a cold interaction or what time to call people. It's more like getting your mind ready to cold interact.
Okay.
And I think that's the biggest thing, whether it's going to be dating, your first interview for a job, or, talking to someone, maybe your new best friend, or whatever, talking to the gas station clerk, whatever it may be. You never know what's going to come from a cold interaction. You can have intentions and you can practice the perfect conversation all day long. You'll never have one.
Right.
Because you cannot predict what someone else is going to say or how they're going to react to anything you do or say. So this is just getting your mental ready for the cold interaction and helping you get over what you believe is anxiety or fear. And that's the reason why. I mean, sales is one of the oldest, most profitable professions, in human history. And so why aren't we getting after it? And it's because of anxiety and fear.
I think we all sell and now don't even realize that we do.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
We're all selling. You're selling something.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want something, you've got to give something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And all the time, it may not be what you see is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is. Okay? So you still have to be on your toes, be alert, and be flexible and fearless.
And you know what, too? If you turn the book over, that's my secret to perception. It's not what you see is what you get. It's how you see is why you get.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it's all about.
Excellent. I think also what you think is what you bring into existence.
100%.
Okay? Because your words have power, so does your thoughts. Let's talk about this cold calling in sales. I worked in that field forever, and there is there's ways.
Mm-hmm.
There's would you say someone has to be skilled
to cold call?
Yes.
No, you don't have to have any skill at all. I think that what you have to have is a relentless attitude. Right? You have to have a go get it, a go do it attitude.
Okay. And
that's my biggest thing, because once us talking right now is nothing but a code. Even though, I've done you before this interview, it's just a difference of us being on the phone with each other. It's communication and conversation. So here's the deal. Communication happens without saying a word. We'll see. It's easy. Oh, body language. What about over the phone?
Yeah.
So it can happen. So if you answer the phone, hello, Lady D, and I don't say anything, what am I communicating?
Okay.
I'm communicating, this person obviously don't have nothing to say, or maybe they're not listening. Maybe they're not ready. Their thoughts will go through your head immediately if I'm breathing heavy, if I'm talking too fast.
Yeah, that's right.
If I'm talking too slow.
Right.
I mean, it's
tone is everything.
A tonality, volume, inflection. I mean, it's all a huge part. But skill, I think that as long as you can conversate with another human being, you can cold call. It's literally just finding a phone. You break it down. To conquer, you have to divide. Right? Divide and conquer. And I got that in the book too. So you want to divide all the steps up. Finding a phone. Here's one in my pocket. Right. A success. But by definition, success, and there's a couple definitions, and people want to try to combat me. I'm not here to make enemies. One definition of success is the good or bad outcome of an undertaking. Good or bad outcome. Outcome is a result. Right. So as long as you attempt to do something, there's going to be a result. So going to look for a phone. Success. You found one. If you didn't find one, you still attempted. But, now you go look for one. You find it, you dial a number. I mean, come on. And then you dial a number and it goes through. I mean, now you've made a call. What are you tripping about?
Let me just ask you this question now. Everybody's not cut out to do the sales work.
They can be.
Some people cannot handle the rejection or the no factor. How do you handle the no? How do you handle your no's?
Well, I have a chapter in a book called Get Used to Hearing No. So let me tell you something funny. If you guys ever heard of Beyonce, so hopefully she doesn't sue me for using her name or anything.
Okay.
But if she do find me, hashtag Beyonce. No, never mind. But seriously, so she was a part of a group called Destiny's Child. This is my Destiny Child. But at any rate, she before Bills, which is one of their great successes, there was a song called No, 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 No. So can you believe that this song with these young girls sitting up talking about no, 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 no sold over 1.3 million copies in the first year. So where people are afraid to hear no and deal with rejection, 1.3 million people bought a song to play over and over and over where all they hear is no, 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 no. So I don't want to hear that. You get used to hearing no. Mm-hmm. And another way to get used to hearing no is to just forgive. So this is the thing. I'm calling you. I know that you have and in the industry I'm in, I'm looking for a commercial building that I could service. So I'm looking for a commercial building I could service, and you have one. Mm-hmm. And in order to have it occupied, I know that you have what I'm looking to sell you a service on.
Okay.
And so if you say, hey, this is Mark. I'm not giving a script. Please do not take anything word for word. It's not what I'm here to do. But, hey, this is Mark. I'm here to call you about coming in and whatever. No, I'm not interested. Boop. Okay. Oh, no, I'm done with this. No, you can't be that way. How can you be that way? It's ridiculous. Oh, it's the third one today. So this, what happens is you have to do that thing, forgive them for they don't know if they've done, because whether it's going to be dating or anything, if you didn't have a chance to fully talk to them and present yourself, what just happened is they don't even know what they're turning down.
Exactly, but
So you just forgive them for yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Not for them, forgive them for yourself, because they don't even know what I'm. So now it's not even a rejection. It's ignorant. You could look at it as ignorance.
You're right. Well, maybe not ignorance. It's just maybe it might not be a good time. Because sometimes timing is everything. But you always have to believe that wherever there's a no, there's a yes.
There's always a possibility for a yes. And I say treat every cold interaction as if you're disrupting somebody from the most important thing in their life.
I want you to tell our audience how and where can they get this book.
Oh, Amazon.com. Yes. So you could type in my name, Mark Akins, and then the book will pop up. I think it's like the second one. Can you believe there's another Mark Akins in the world?
I saw that.
This is unbelievable. But and then you could also just Google Challenge Your Perception of Cold Calling, and you'll find it 100%. It's on there. I think it's extremely affordable for what you're going to get for it. And this is one book that I can 100% say is interactive. Okay. So reading this book, I'm not going to give it away, but this is an interactive book. And I don't know how many you've ever encountered in your life, but without being an audio book or a touch screen, it's interactive. So that's one of the interesting things about it. And reading this book is going to be like talking to me.
Okay.
It's not going to be like reading a government document or something like that.
So you would say that this book would help someone today that's getting into the sales marketing field.
100%.
Okay.
100%. Whether it's going to be cold calling as far as knocking on doors, or whether it's going to be networking, or whether it's going to be cold emails. I touch on a little bit of everything. Okay. And then if you can read between the lines, then you're going to just be able to cold interact in life regardless.
And cold calling is going on every day anyway. We do it.
Every day, all day. Yep.
So they can be able to have some takeaway with this.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Give our audience that information one more time, Mark.
So, challenge your perception of cold calling. Don't let anxiety hold your success ransom. You can get that on Amazon. And then you can find me on Instagram at Challenge Your Perception. And then the O's are going to be zeros. And I'm on TikTok at Challenge Your Perception, YouTube at Challenge Your Perception. LinkedIn, Mark Akins, Facebook, Mark Akins. So yeah.
All right, you got that. So go and check out Mark's new book called Challenging Your Perceptions of Cold Calling. Are you planning on having a backup coming out after this one?
There's
a part 2?
Yeah, well, there's going to be more books.
All right.
I'll let people just wonder about that. But you know what? They're not going to be hungry for one until they get a taste.
All right.
Once you get a taste of this, yeah.
Get some tea and sip on this book. And before we wrap our show up, as I said, this is Black History, and I wanted to just share little Black History facts. So we're not going to let this get past us. Cleveland, LeBron James.
LBJ.
Okay, record breaking.
Akron, Ohio.
On February 7th against Oklahoma City with 38,387 points during that game. So go LeBron. We love you, LeBron. And I want to also let it be known that Ken Hawkins, he was the first African American to hold a position here in Cleveland, Ohio radio station, better known as WJMO, 1950. Wow, do we remember? I wasn't born at that time, but I do remember WJMO. So shout out to WJMO. And also, Carol Simpson, born in 1940, December 7th. She was our first African American news anchor, broadcaster, journalist, and author. And she is still with us today, 82 years young. All right, go Carol. Our first Black man to vote March 30th, 1870 was Thomas Mundy Peterson. He lived in New Jersey and he cast the first vote. Outstanding. And we will not leave out Mark Cleveland Robinson. He was our first Black news anchor. He was born on May 1st, 1939, Richmond, Virginia. He passed away December 20th of 1988. So that's just a little Black history for you. Thank you for tuning in with Lady Z, and I will resume back next week, same time, and we will have the tax man. No other than James Oliver will be joining us, so get ready to get you some new tax information. Thank you again for tuning in with Lady D on What's Going On Today. Welcome to What's Going On with Lady D today. I'm your host, Lady D. Today's special guest is
Don't let anxiety hold your success ransom. One more.
Join us today for another breakthrough conversation